A small child stands on the shore, holding a seashell. They lift it to their ear. They listen carefully. Inside, they hear something that sounds like the ocean. The waves are far away, yet somehow present. The child doesn't ask why the sound is there. They don't try to keep it. After a moment, the shell is dropped back onto the sand, and the child runs toward the water. Nothing is taken. Nothing is explained. Nothing is missing. At some point in life, the questions arrive quietly, not as curiosity, but as weight. What is the path of life? What is the objective? Why did I come into this world? These questions often appear when the old map no longer works, when effort feels heavy, when goals lose their shine, when the future stops offering comfort. We were taught that life must be for something, that existence needs a justification, a reason that can be named. So we search for meaning the way we search for lost keys, with urgency, with frustration, assuming it must be somewhere else. From a Buddhist perspective, this search itself deserves attention, because it already contains suffering. Not dramatic suffering, but a subtle tension, the feeling that this moment is not enough. We imagine life as a path leading somewhere important. But notice how this idea quietly divides time. Now becomes preparation, later becomes fulfillment, and life is postponed. The Buddha did not offer an answer to the question of purpose, not because it was unimportant, but because the question rests on a misunderstanding. Life is not an assignment given to an individual self. There is no supervisor waiting to evaluate results. Life happens because conditions meet, because breath meets lungs, because earth meets rain, because parents meet each other, because countless causes align for a brief moment. You did not come into the world. The way someone arrives at a destination, you appeared, like a sound, like a wave. When we look closely, the idea of an objective begins to feel strange. An objective assumes permanence, a stable you moving toward a stable goal. But everything is moving. Thoughts rise and fall. Emotions shift. Identities change without asking permission. Even the sense of I is never the same from one moment to the next. So what would such a changing process be trying to achieve? In Buddhism, suffering arises when we demand solidity from what is fluid. When we ask life to hold still long enough to give us a clear answer. But life does not pause. It continues breathing. We often say, I want my life to have meaning. What we usually mean is, I don't want my pain to be pointless. This is deeply human. Yet pain does not need justification. It needs understanding. And understanding does not come from explanations, but from presence. When you stop asking what life is for, something unexpected happens. The moment opens. Sounds are heard more clearly. Sensations feel closer. Even discomfort becomes more honest. Life is no longer a problem to solve, but a movement to accompany. The path then is not ahead of you. It is beneath your feet. It is how you respond when plans collapse, how you meet boredom, how you allow joy without gripping it. This is not heroic. It is ordinary. Drinking water, feeling tired, not knowing what comes next. The Buddhist path does not promise answers. It offers intimacy with uncertainty. When you truly see impermanence, the question, why am I here, begins to soften. Not because it is answered, but because it is no longer necessary. Like the child with the seashell, you listen for a while, then you return it to the ground. Life does not ask you to define it. It asks you to participate, fully, gently, without holding. Perhaps we did not come into this world for something. Perhaps we came as something, a brief expression, a passing sound, and that quietly is enough. If you choose to follow this channel, it truly helps me keep creating and improving these reflections. And if not, that's completely okay. I'm grateful you spent this time here. I'll see you tomorrow in the next episode. Until then, I wish you a calm and peaceful day.